making something for someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe making like a kitchen
Oh, yeah.
bench or two.
Ooh,
Yeah,
cool.
possibly my first job as me.
As you.
Yeah, like my first carpentry job.
Cool. Like as a solo guy.
Yeah, well, it's through the guy that I'm doing this other job for recently.
Yeah.
But yeah, gotta take steps forward and shit. Bit nervous though.
Yeah, nice.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. My weekend. Yeah. It was just
Oh
a
yeah,
lot.
what did you go as for the cowboy party?
I just put on like a leopard print shirt and a cowboy hat.
Good.
Yeah.
I could even almost go for a space cowboy themed episode.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's what's that other anime? It's
Space Dandy?
Space Dandy, yeah.
Yeah, I started watching that and I was like, this guy's a dick. I stopped watching it. But there's also another one
It
called
was
like,
also really sexist.
yeah,
Yeah.
which I can tolerate if the other stuff is really dank or if it's a bit ironic or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of just wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely crossed the line.
It was like, there's another one that I kind of started watching recently too, that's like another bounty hunter-y kind of one. And also, have you seen Desert Punk?
No. That sounds cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a note of that in our thing.
Okay, cool.
Also no pressure. If you're like tired, we can like do anytime.
Yeah.
Or we could like throw around some ideas now and then do like
Yeah.
a more intensive recording next time.
Yeah.
But I'm chill.
Yeah, I'm like happy to just chat and see where it goes.
Yeah, because like, yeah, let's just do that every time.
Yeah.
But maybe with like a loose objective.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I finished Dragon Ball Super.
Oh, good. Is it
Yeah.
is it finished? Like, is that the end?
Well, there's more manga being written by Toriyama, which I'm
Oh,
kind of keen to read. But
is it manga? Like, is there a manga?
yeah, so like it's by him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew that. I just didn't know that there was. I kind of thought he was just drawing it for the anime.
All right. Yeah, I mean there must be. But yeah, I remember like what you said about One Piece and how you like needed it when you first started watching it. That's how I felt about this.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like a crutch.
Yeah. Just like had to finish it.
Cool.
Mm.
One Piece is almost like Space Cowboy.
Yeah, a little
but
bit.
it's not in space.
Yeah.
But it's like this weird, like, is it past or is it future kind of world?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, interesting.
I think One Piece is definitely one of my like formative anime.
Oh, interesting.
Like when I watched it seriously was like in my 20s, like early 20s.
Yeah. Okay.
But I had seen it around for ages on like Cartoon Network and shit.
And like dub or
Yeah, and dub. And so I thought it was just like this stupid cartoon and all the characters seemed super stupid because have you seen any of the dub?
No.
It's just so bad. Like it's worse than like Naruto and stuff.
Okay.
Like the voices, I don't know, like the Japanese voices can do silly in this way that's kind of like endearing or appealing. and Americans just sound like
Yeah.
they just like don't grasp the kind of culture or the like the essence of the character or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just like it's altering something secondhand, really.
Yeah, but you know, like Japanese, there's a lot of Japanese dubs of like Western movies and shit,
Mm.
and they're really good.
Okay,
Or
interesting.
like their ability to do it is quite good, I think. Like,
Yeah. Okay, that's good to know.
yeah, if you're ever gonna watch anything in Japanese.
Um, yeah, I guess the core anime for me would definitely be Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't like my very first one, but it was like the one kind of.
Yeah. I guess we watched anime when we were younger, but didn't really know it. Like, Speed Racer.
Oh, I don't think I saw that.
Okay. There was like
But
some like 60s stuff on TV back in the day.
yeah, I guess Astro Boy and shit too, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, even Dragon Ball Z, I didn't really get that it was Japanese until later.
Yeah, totally.
And Pokemon.
Yeah.
And actually, I remember Sailor Moon being on TV
Yeah, same.
like way earlier, like when I was like 6 or something.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, I don't actually remember much of the story, but I remember like it being like magical and shit.
Yeah.
And like
Cool.
singing the theme song and shit.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't get that there was this whole like Japanese thing until later, maybe like the Ghibli movies and stuff. It kind of started to come together that it was like a Japanese thing, and like I don't know, that everything was like connected.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I guess like for me it was like I liked Dragon Ball, didn't watch any anime until I was maybe 15 when my brother introduced me to Naruto. Yeah, and that just like blew my mind.
Same.
Yeah.
Like Dragon Ball was like my first like obsession. Or
Yeah.
like, well, actually I was pretty obsessed with Pokemon and then Dragon Ball.
Yeah, same.
And I was kind of aware of other ones coming out, but Naruto was the one that really like got me watching more anime.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean after that
so
it was
good.
like Bleach. Did you ever watch that?
Yes, I watched the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Yeah, I finished it.
Oh really?
Yeah. I did skip some of the filler stuff though, like the stories that like aren't connected with the main story.
Yeah. I just watched a video essay on the entirety of Bleach and like the story and how the manga ended and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting.
Any insights?
No, it was just good to know how it all ended. I guess his big thing was like Ichigo's power doesn't really make sense, or it's kind of boring, and that he's just constantly getting a power surge and defeating everyone.
Yeah, well, that's pretty common in like battle anime though.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, more information crops up that actually explains why he's powerful and shit.
Okay.
Are you gonna watch it? Are you gonna be upset?
I don't think I'll never watch it.
Well, like it turns out that like, is it Aizen, the bad guy?
Yeah.
He was like
Aizen.
manipulating everything from the very beginning, and like the whole thing started with like the hollows cropping up and like Ichigo being able to see them, and
Yeah.
him ending up getting the sword and shit was actually like manipulated by Aizen in the first place.
Oh wow.
And like maybe he'd been doing some kind of like experiments or some shit, because he was like doing those experiments like trying to merge hollow
Hollows and
waves,
yeah.
like I don't know what it is, it's like spiritual energy with like maybe the Death Reapers, or like mixing different kind of combinations, because he was trying to like create some more like potent shit or something. So it's almost like he like created Ichigo.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that was my take on it anyway. Yeah, so
Nice.
it's actually kind
I
of
did
like
that.
explained, you know, like a lot of animes, like, isn't it convenient that this happened and this happened and this happened? But then it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it was because someone was like manipulating it, or like
Yeah.
trying to make shit happen.
Yeah, so it's not like as if it was being made up as it went along.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been anyway, but
Mm.
that's how it got wrapped up.
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, I really liked Bleach actually. It was like I've been trying to find something that has that level of like mythology, maybe. Like I really like the
Soundtrack
weapons, like how the weapons are like
alive.
really connected with like really connected with the characters, and
Yeah, that was cool.
yeah.
Yeah, and the music.
Yeah.
Mm.
Naruto has really good backing music too, actually.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
totally.
bought the Naruto CD like from
Really?
there was like a sale at the video store near me,
Yeah.
like all the stuff that people don't rent, and I got all these like real buzzy, like I got like Naruto, like OST, like the background music,
Okay. From like
and like
season 1.
yeah,
Yeah.
or
Amazing.
maybe season 2, like
Yeah.
like not the very first one, but it had heaps of the original stuff on it. I don't know.
Cool.
And I got like a Hunter x Hunter one as well,
Oh yeah.
and like I don't know. Yeah, cool. That's my nerdy shit recently. They were like $1 each.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, the thing with Naruto was that like I really related to him as a character, and I was like I just discovered philosophy at the same time. So I was really into like thinking about stuff and questioning stuff. And
Yeah.
he's like trying to be like the best ninja, and I was like, I want to be like the best thinker, you know, like the best philosopher or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like I think that was how I really got into anime, was that like I realized how you can like use it for real life or something, like your own motivation, or like relate to it or something.
Yeah. That's cute.
I'm kind of considering watching Naruto again, actually.
Oh wow. I always thought I'd save it to show to my kids.
What, have you not watched it?
No, I have. Yeah. I mean to rewatch.
Yeah. Oh, to rewatch. Yeah.
Yeah.
All those kids you got.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of had that thought too, but there's really nothing at this point, with the lack of new stuff that I actually want to watch. There's nothing stopping me from like watching everything again now, and then finishing that, and then watching it again if I have kids.
Yeah, true that.
I'm actually kind of considering rewatching everything I've ever seen.
Wow. I like it.
I've seen some stuff twice already.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen most stuff twice.
Like what?
I don't know, just main anime that I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen? Did I ask you if you've seen Bakemonogatari?
You did, yeah. I haven't.
And you haven't? No.
No.
I watched that twice.
Oh yeah.
And I watched I've seen Evangelion like at least twice.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 times.
So I watched Vampire Hunter D.
Oh yeah,
Mm, it was great.
you watched the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh, is it a series?
No, it's a movie.
Ah,
Mm.
I like never watch movies, but I screenshotted a recently that I thought I might watch.
You screenshotted a what?
Oh, like I found a few and like saved screenshots of them to remember to watch
Ah,
them.
right. Okay.
Yeah, but I have
Um,
been definitely getting into the manga more because there's like real buzzy shit out there that maybe
oh,
wouldn't
really?
even translate that well.
Okay. Like what?
Like this,
Cool. What is it?
Biorg Trinity.
Yeah.
It's you do you know Tenjo Tenge or
No.
Aegir?
Nope.
They're by the same guy. Um,
Okay.
they're both fucking sick. Aegir is like a little bit famous, I think, but it's like a bit underground. But
Right.
check this shit out. This is like his kind of most recent one. And like it's like really like shiny. Like the oh, you're not gonna be able to see this. Like the
Uh,
details are all real cool and shit.
oh yeah. Cool.
And it's like in the future, there's like some thing everyone does where you can like download apps like into your body. But if
Mm.
you do it too much, then like these holes open up in your hands, and then the next thing you touch, you like fuse with it.
Okay.
But then they're like starting. I've only read like 2 volumes of it, so I'm still at the beginning. But like
Yeah.
they're starting to get into this kind of almost conspiracy theory kind of shit about the makeup of the world. And there's something connected with
Whoa.
like one of the main characters about how like yeah, the main character starts to like realize or notice things that are leading him to realize that reality is like taken for granted and there's like more to it or some shit.
Wow.
And then he's like trying to decide what thing to fuse with because he's got people do it. It's like a fashion thing now. So like you get the holes
Mm.
in your hands and then people like choose a cool thing and it's like part of their identity or something.
Yeah.
And he can't decide what thing to do because like he's like doesn't have like a super strong identity. But then he ends up fusing with his friend because his friend's gonna die. And then like
Wow.
so then they're like both living in his body. It's like it's real buzzy.
Holy shit.
And his friend was already fused with all these weapons and shit because he like
Yeah.
works as undercover as this like guy who takes out people who are like using their fuse kind of abilities for like bad shit or they've done it illegally or something.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's like he's got all these guns at his disposal too, like in his body. It's so fuzzy.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
It sounds very like philosophical.
Yeah, it's like intense. Like there's so much going on at once,
Mm.
which is cool.
Cool.
Whoa, that was a bit of a ramble.
It was a good ramble.
Yeah, I got really into that artist when I
All
was in
right.
Tokyo. And
Yeah.
like, because I was reading Air Gear and then I was like, yeah, looked into the other stuff that he wrote, but it's all like so cool and like different themes, but like gets really intense really quickly every time.
Yeah.
Love it. Air Gear is sick. The anime is like good as well. It's like pretty much the same, I think, but the art is really cool in the manga.
I will.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, what were you gonna say?
No, nothing. You go.
Back to the theme.
Yeah.
um, actually, before I even really watched Naruto properly,
Mm.
like when I was probably like 15 or something as well. Um, I was like used to get heaps of videos out of the video store,
Mm-hmm.
or like I was trying to find something like Naruto because they only had like a couple of DVDs of it, and so I couldn't keep watching it because I had dial-up internet. Lol.
Okay.
But yeah, so I like got out all these different anime from the video store trying to find something that was like as cool as Naruto. So that was like why I had seen a bunch of anime in the first place.
Mm,
And like I ended up watching like Rurouni Kenshin. Have you seen that?
no.
It's kind of like another classic one, but it didn't really. I think it ran in like America, but it didn't really run in New Zealand.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting like what didn't make it to New Zealand there.
Yeah,
Like you know how we talked about Saint Seiya?
yeah,
How that in like Mexico arrived along with like Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z and was like as big as those things in Mexico, but like the West just never got it.
yeah. I didn't hear about it until I started actually hanging out in Japan.
Mm.
And there's stuff like I've seen people saying shit like they grew up with shit that I didn't hear about until I came here,
Oh yeah, okay.
like Rurouni Kenshin and stuff.
Yeah.
We just got Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. What the fuck, man?
I,
So
I
so unwatchable.
yeah, I kind of considered watching it recently because I wanted something just like a little bit classic, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't get there.
Yeah. That could be interesting.
I think the thing of it being cards is just like not interesting for me.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
it makes it feel like imagination, not real life.
Okay.
Unlike all the other anime, which is real.
um so yeah, Vampire Hunter.
Oh
I
yeah.
think yeah, you'd really dig it. It's like uh I don't know if you want me to like spoil it or
Now give me like a vague overview, and I'm gonna Google it so that I know what it looks like.
okay. I mean, yeah, it was made in 2000, so it's like that peak kind of animation hand-drawn style.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah, and it's
That's my
just
shit.
like a lone protagonist with like a man's face in his hand.
What?
We like don't really know what he's thinking or what he's up to, and we just like landed in his world where like yeah, vampire hunters are trying to save a girl from a vampire.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like teaming up with them, and yeah, it's really buzzy. It just kind of like throws things at you, and yeah, the
Oh,
background art is amazing.
yeah. It looks really like developed.
Mm, developed, yeah. But yeah, I just wish I'd found a version in HD.
Yeah. Maybe it just doesn't exist.
Mm,
Maybe I should have a like amp up my knowledge of vampire anime as well.
yeah. I think like the hunters were cooler than the vampires.
That's cool. I
Yeah,
guess that's kind of what you want.
yeah.
Vampires kind of aren't cool.
No. Yeah.
Like like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and shit. The vampires aren't really cool. They're kind of like beasts.
Yeah, they are.
And like yeah, like Buffy and her friends are the cool ones. That could be worth a watch actually.
Yeah, I always meant to go back and watch that.
Yeah, stuff like that and like X-Files, like real classic
Mm,
90s TV, I kind of never went back to.
Yeah.
But sometimes I think about it. I did actually watch it at the time though, like when I was little.
What, Buffy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Charmed.
Yeah, I had like a girlfriend when I was 18 who had all of Charmed on DVD.
Damn.
So yeah, I got into it then.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Was it like not cool to be into Charmed 12 years or 15 years ago though?
Yeah, I feel like when it came out, probably. But then
Yeah.
I watched it and was like, yeah, this is damn good TV.
I reckon the first half of it is probably pretty good.
Yeah.
Before the fourth one comes in, or wait, does one of them die or something?
Yeah, one of them dies and then the half sister gets brought in. But
Yeah,
it's
Rose
like,
McGowan.
yeah. But it's like
Lol.
explained.
What?
You know why she's there.
Oh yeah. It gets pretty weird, eh? Like all this stuff with the like that other realm and shit and the white lighters and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
used to freak me out though.
Really?
Kind of. Well, because like when I was watching it, I'd have been like 8
All right.
to 10 or something.
Mm.
And like there was this part of it where they introduced the dark lighters, right? And they're
Yep.
like manipulating people for evil, but the people don't know that they're being manipulated and shit. And I was like, I could get manipulated. I could get made to jump off the top of this thing, you know?
Yeah.
Time though.
You're tired.
Using
What?
time to like consume media. I don't know if I'm gonna be
Mm.
doing that much of that.
Yeah, I've been pretty good at not watching trash.
What would be trash like Netflix?
Yeah, just like, oh yeah, I'll put on Netflix and see what's on
Hmm.
and just
Yeah,
watch the
no,
latest thing. I'm just
I
like,
can't do that.
I'm too busy for that and I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm too
Good.
motivated
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, like I do need to turn off a little bit sometimes because I use my brain so much.
Mm.
But even then, I'm not just gonna watch anything.
Yeah, totally.
I'd rather sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I'm
like,
only gonna watch anime.
oh, cool.
Yeah.
There's like a vague possibility that I might get into playing old games
Yeah, that's great.
on a limited time, you know,
Yeah.
limited screen time per day, like my mom had.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's something, huh?
What would you buy?
Ape
Okay.
Escape.
Huh? Ape Escape.
Oh, like console.
Console,
I
yeah.
think there's like a spare PS3 at my in-laws' house,
Okay.
like my Shinoka's family home.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they don't need it because they've all got fucking PS5s or whatever.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think it was her younger brother's, but he's got like a 4 or 5 now, so it doesn't. No one cares about it, and they've probably got some games too. And I looked it up, and there's like a version of Ape Escape for PS3, which looks pretty cool. So
Nice.
that I kind of play some Crash Bandicoot, I think. Oh, what's that one that I said before? Ratchet and Clank looks kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like similar to Crash Bandicoot and Ape Escape and shit, but with
Yeah.
kind of cooler graphics and maybe some cool elements to it.
Yeah. Yeah, those sound like good games to get into.
Yeah, good like level of movement or momentum or something, but also like exploring. I don't know. I think games are a waste of time, but there's it's lingering in my mind, so there must be some like meaning in it for me.
I think games aren't a waste of time because it's using your brain in a different way.
That's true. Actually, did we already talk about this maybe? But in the latest Evangelion, there's that game that Asuka's playing.
No,
Oh, have you
I
seen
don't
it?
know. The latest Evangelion.
Yeah, the one that came out this year.
I didn't know there was one.
What? The last movie came out like a few months ago.
Oh, should
Like
I
the one
watch
that
it?
people have been waiting for like 10 years.
Oh, really? Oh, I missed that.
What the hell, bro? It's fucking wild. Like I felt like it was reprogramming my brain. Like I had like a
Wow.
spiritual experience watching it. It was fucking crazy. Like it's really intense and the story is really intense and kind of complicated.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, the visuals are so like intense and cool. There's like all this pattern and like almost fractal kind of shit
Oh, wow.
with the way shit moves and like I don't know. It's like it's really cool. And it's like on a totally different level than the original story and shit.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
they're like in this like weird kind of abstract space where everything's reverted to like farmland and there's no technology and shit. And there's these kind of like barriers up and all the destruction of the world is like outside the barriers. And yeah, Asuka's there and Shinji kind of like arrives there and he's like catatonic and like but she like is like just frustrated with him and she's like constantly playing this game which is like a weird like a really intense pattern recognition kind of game.
Right.
And like it's like there's just all these like weird patterns like geometric kind of shit like all changing really quickly and she has to like respond to it. I was like, I want that to reprogram my brain and shit.
Yeah. Cool.
But I think really it would be better to go and do that kind of thing with your body outside, you know, ideally.
You mean exercise?
Like rather than like playing a game about catching monkeys, it would be better to go and run around and catch monkeys or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
To use your brain in that way, but also your body and be healthy and like I don't know.
I think that's what VR will be one day.
I don't really want that. I kind of think the world is already virtual, you know? Like I don't think we need like another layer of virtual. Like I feel like it's going to end up being like more limiting than just having the world.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm like just along for the ride. I like it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Just like this is what's coming.
Yeah.
Can't wait to like see what comes of it.
Yeah, like it's cool, but I just want there to be variety, you know, not like okay, now the whole world is the internet and now the whole world is virtual reality, you know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like experience and the like functionality of the internet would be so much more potent if people were mostly doing not the internet, you know?
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Or it even was like in the 90s and shit where it was like this kind of limited space, but you could use it for communication in this limited way.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss the 90s for that reason.
I miss the 90s. Maybe that should be the title of our show. I'm a fucking nostalgic nerd.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, like, do you think it's just because we were born in the 90s and that's like programmed into us? Or do you think that the 90s was actually special?
No, I think it was special because it was like nothing major really happened. There wasn't any worldwide catastrophe or
Pandemic.
pandemic, like the economy was good, 9/11 hadn't happened. I feel like pop culture was pretty okay.
It was really good, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it was like just on the right balance between, I don't know, culture and technology, but now
Yeah.
it's just technology.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. We watched it happen.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I don't think we were that conscious for it happening,
No.
but we were. It's in our memory, and now we can't let it go. I'm like almost desperate for that level of culture or something. Just advanced enough, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to implement.
It's so buzzy that in the Matrix, there's like this, you know, the Matrix, the world of the Matrix is like set back to the 90s because that was like
Mm.
when the humanity was
Yeah.
happiest and most stable.
Yeah.
And now looking back, it's like, damn, it kind of was.
Yeah. That's perfect.
1997. Yeah. Because like I said to this guy that I know, oh, do you know Noel Meek?
No, man, I know that name.
He's like a noise musician,
Okay.
singer. He was in like the All Seeing Hand for a while, like at the beginning.
Ah, right. Oh yeah.
Anyway, I was saying to him that like culture's dead now. It was like ended like in the 90s or like up to the 90s, and he was like, be careful there because like we already thought culture was dead was in the like in the 90s
Yeah.
because he's like 10 years older than me.
Yeah, okay.
So I kind of thought, oh, maybe if you were born in the 80s, you'd be like, oh man, this 90s fucking jump at the shark of what we were doing in the 80s, you know?
Yeah, true.
And like maybe people in 20 years will be like, oh man, I miss the 20s. Well, I don't know what you would miss about the 20s. Oh man, I miss the lockdowns and like.
Yeah. Um, Speaking of jumping the shark, do you want to talk about like anime jumping the shark?
Yeah. What do you have in mind?
Well, like Naruto has Boruto.
Yeah.
I tried watching Boruto just out of interest, just the latest episode. I couldn't get halfway through it.
Yeah, I see a lot of like people talking about it like on Instagram and shit and like
Right.
discussing like what's happening or you know like what all the kids' powers are and like is this kid stronger than Itachi was when he was a kid or like whatever, like just like meaningless anime banter.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like they've gone a bit too far, right?
Yeah.
It seems like from what you're saying about Dragon Ball Super, it seems like maybe it unjumped the shark. But I think it like Dragon Ball kind of jumped the shark for a while, right? Like it was like just ridiculous for a while.
I think like when it got up to Majin Buu, that's when I lost interest.
Yeah, it was definitely around there.
Mm,
But there was some stuff that I kind of wanted to watch again, like you know, Goku dies again
yeah.
and he goes to train in that other part of the afterworld with and there's that like tournament there and he gets totally pawned by like that like weird Namekian guy, I think. Oh, I don't know what he is. Alien kind of guy with the like fat lips.
Maybe. Was
And the
that
tall
like
hat, and he does a weird like trippy fire thing.
is that like at the very start of the series
What series?
of Dragon Ball Z?
No, it's like after. When does he die? No, it's like he dies again later, like way later.
Yeah.
Um, I can't remember. It was like somewhere around Cell or like the Margin Saga.
Yeah, okay. I don't remember that.
Maybe you hadn't. Maybe you gave up before then.
Yeah. But yeah, all the like afterlife stuff and the stuff with the gods and just like the different worlds that Goku has access to. You know, like where they get their sensu beans from is like Master Roshi's old teacher, and just all these different like avenues in this world that Goku visits is, yeah, it's really cool.
On that tower,
Yeah,
the cat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, totally. Like I really enjoyed watching the original Dragon Ball, but when I tried to watch Dragon Ball Z again, I was like, it's kind of lacking story. But I really
Yeah.
wanted to like experience that shit again, you know, like all the like really colorful characters and environments and shit, like where they go through space and like
Mm.
fight all those weird, like the Ginyu squad and shit.
Yeah.
But I
That's
kind of couldn't follow it.
right. Yeah, I mean that's like what Dragon Ball Super is, really.
Oh, cool.
It's like very cosmic.
But I actually kind of thought GT was good.
I never saw that.
It's like not by the guy, I forgot his name.
Yeah.
No, it's like
Akira
it's just
Toriyama.
like yeah,
Yeah.
pop kind of construction.
Mm.
But I think they realized that Dragon Ball Z had got boring, and so like they made the story that
Yeah.
Goku gets turned back into a child, and then
Yeah.
it's like going back to like what the original Dragon Ball was like.
Yeah.
But then they're
Passion.
mostly traveling through space, so they like go to all these different planets rather than just different places in the world. And it's like Goku and Pan and Trunks or something.
Yeah. That's right.
I would watch more of that actually, I think.
Cool.
You know, I actually kind of thought Naruto like jumped the shark really early on, but then recovered. Like, you know, there's like a few parts with people with just like kind of ridiculous powers that didn't make sense. Like the guy with the bones, like the bones that like grow out of his body and shit, and it makes
Yeah.
that like whole forest of bones and shit. And then like when Sasuke has the curse thing from Orochimaru that makes, and then like grows those fat wings and shit. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on? And I
Yeah.
kind of stopped watching there, but then I picked up watching what's the sequel series called?
Shippuden.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is good again. It's more like
Yeah.
it's back to being more about energy and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing with Sasuke and the wings, they seem to just like totally backtrack on that.
Yeah,
And
they were like, okay, that didn't work.
yeah. The guy with the bones, I really liked his fight with Rock Lee.
Oh, same.
The drunken boxing.
Yeah, Rock
Yeah.
Lee's part of it was cool.
Yeah.
I really like Rock Lee.
Yeah.
He makes me happy.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Rock Lee and Friends?
Nah.
Mm.
Did you?
I think I watched maybe a few. It was like, oh yeah, this is just like the characters in a chibi style solving mysteries and shit.
Yeah, I don't really like chibi style.
Mm.
But you know, I would be so down for some spin-off series following like minor characters in the same world of some of the anime that I really like.
Yeah.
Rock Lee's even a bit major maybe, but if there was like some like fucking obscure like story about life in the, I don't know, village of the hidden mist or whatever.
Mm.
And it was like not about Naruto at all. It was just about like extending the world or something. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I was thinking about something like that the other day for a different anime, but I forgot what it was. But there's like lots of kind of space for that, I reckon, with those real major anime.
Yeah, definitely. I guess, yeah, what I don't get about Boruto is like, hasn't the story been told? Like, hasn't everything been wrapped up with Naruto?
I think so.
Yeah.
I actually didn't even reach the end of Shippuden when like I don't know, like where he becomes Hokage and shit. I kind of like I stopped partway, like nearly at the end of the war.
Well, yeah, the ending was weird because it had like 6 like, here's a story about this person, just like spin-off episodes, and then there was the finale. So it was like, it was a strange way that they ended it.
Yeah, I think I got it,
Yeah, totally.
and I was like, okay, cool. But I did get into the kind of, they were still really like developing the mythology throughout all that war and all the stuff that was happening with like Madara and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like about how like the 10 tails and like I don't know, like I felt like it was still growing. I like a lot of anime, like it hits a point where they're like, okay, we've established the world, and now there's just like all these different stories that we're following, and nothing's really happening.
Yeah.
But like I did feel like it was still going somewhere a lot longer than most long anime do.
Yes. Yeah. It was very deep-rooted.
I wonder if One Piece is still doing that. The
Like
point where
exploring its mythology.
yeah, like it does start to get really deep, and there's like this like deep and like a long history of shit that is set up the way the world is now, and it's like coming out slowly. But the point where I stopped, I was like, I was actually just bored of the way they were making the anime itself, but the story was still quite good.
Hey everyone, thank you for listening. You can find me online at _radware_ on all social media, and you can find Max at pisslute on Instagram and Twitter. That's PIS_SLUTE. Cool. Thanks for listening.